plant to ward off werewolf, Wolfsbane. Many people are familiar with the notorious fantastical plant called Wolfsbane, a plant called by many names. And belonging to the buttercup family with over 2,000 species, all deadly, and grows up to be 4 feet tall, has been featured in many werewolf works of fiction for hundreds of years now. But what many people don't know is that it's really not a plant just to ward off werewolves. Let me explain and delve deeper because it starts with where this plant grows. Wolfsbane, commonly known as octonum in the real world, derives from Greek origin and came from the word enkolbino, meaning dart or javelin, and it's suspected that it means this because of the darts that were dipped in poison, and wolfsbane was the word lycotinum, which literally means the bane of the wolf because of the baits used to do away with the wolves throughout ancient Greece. So basically, the ancient Greeks would lace the darts in order to hunt the wolves. Wolfsbane is thought or said to be the very first poison ever used amongst the ancient world in Greece. Used mostly as a poison and also for medical healing properties, wolfsbane is the most deadly of the 3 plants I've mentioned in this video. It is said when a human, wolf, or animal is poisoned by the deadly plant, that the symptoms are fatal frothy saliva, impaired vision, vertigo, and finally a coma. A person wouldn't be able to tell the difference since there is no sort of strong scent or fragrance to the wolfsbane, only like a woodland smell, and symptoms only appear within an hour of being poisoned by the plant. Wolfsbane, with its many colors, deep blue, purple, and white, when given as a gift, was a sign to take caution because danger lied ahead and was always commonly associated with death. It is even said that the origins of the wolfbane plant came from the saliva of the dog Cerberus, the 3-headed dog that guards the gates of the underworld in Greek mythology. I will probably have a video about Cerberus at another time. Wolfsbane, created from the saliva of Cerberus, comes from 2 ancient accounts. Ovid's poem Metamorphoses and Pliny the Elder's natural history. No one knows really the when and how the wolfbane plant became connected with the werewolf itself as a whole, but during the Middle Ages with werewolf witch trials happening, witches were said to use the wolfbane when making a special salve potion called flying ointment to both become a werewolf, for which I talk about in 6 ways to become a werewolf video, and also used historically as a treatment for lycanthropy, people who believed they were wolves. It was also said to prevent from shapeshifting. Many people were scared of werewolves during this time, so the ancient people of the Middle Ages would grow wolfsbane themselves to prevent from werewolf attacks. They would hang them around barns and pastures to protect livestock from predators. These ancient methods to ward off a werewolf with wolfsbane carried into modern-day culture in films and fiction, as I mentioned before. However, Hollywood has spun the usage of wolfsbane in a different way, using it more as a plot device. In the 1931 film Dracula, starring Bela Lugosi as Count Dracula and Helen Chandler as Minnie Stewart, has wolfbane being used to ward off none other than Count Dracula himself. It was said that wolfsbane that thus would gradually replace garlic as a repellent, but other accounts say that there was this old belief that vampires could turn into werewolves, and so supposedly Count Dracula in the original story was able to turn into a werewolf. However, it wouldn't be until 1941 in the film The Wolfman, starring Lon Chaney Jr. and Claude Rains, that Hollywood chose to use wolfbane again, this time in its right usage associated with werewolves. But it appears that instead of having Wolfsbane be a repellent to werewolves, in this movie, characters in the Wolfman break off the Wolfbane stem and attach the flowers to their clothing. Maybe in another video, I'll do an analysis about this particular scene, but I don't know why they did that in the scene. Also, in the movie, the transformation takes place in the fall when some species of alcatum bloom. This is mentioned as a poem that I mentioned in the preview video, Romanian werewolf mythology in the movie The Wolfman. Subsequently, Wolfbane is also used in later films that have werewolves, Harry Potter, and of course in Teen Wolf. In Teen Wolf, Wolfsbane is still a poisonous plant. However, in this iteration of the usage of Wolfbane, seems to trigger the characters of Teen Wolf to shift into werewolf. Wolfbane is also used to heal in the show. Another unique way they use Wolfbane in Teen Wolf is that each species and color of the Wolfbane plant has a different effect, causes, and properties.